Welcome to class today. Today we're going to warm up by chaining. This is going to be a chain where we change one sound at a time. So, come on. Alright, so the first word in this chain is going to be south. 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 So let's write to represent these sounds. South. Good job. Now, if I want to go from south to mouth, what change do I need to make? A beginning sound change. Correct. I'm going to go from s to mm. Good job. Mouth. From mouth to mouse. Mouth to mouse. What change am I making? An ending sound change. This is an ending sound change. I'm going from to mouse. Mouse. And here we see the S-E spelling, which we noted last week. We typically see after vowel teams. After the vowel team, OU is one of them. And this one here, moose. Moose. Mouse to moose. Which sound is changing? The beginning, the middle, or the ending sound? The middle sound, the second sound. We're going from the vowel sound ooh, the vowel sound ow to the vowel sound ooh. So, oose, moose, moose. From moose to loose. What change am I making? From moose to loose. That is a beginning sound change. I'm making a beginning sound change. I'm going from to ooh. And how do I represent or spell the sound ooh? With the letter L. Good job, good job. From loose to lute. Loose to lute. Where am I changing this word? At the end. Loose to ooh. I went from the sound s to the sound t. And I spelled the sound t using the symbol, the letter T. From lute to loop. Lute to loop. Where did I change this word? At the end, I went from t to, not pot, but p. Good job. Lute to loop. Loop to loop. Great word. Now let's go ahead and read our chain. Let's read our chain. South, mouth, mouse, moose, loose, lute, loop. Good job. Now, none of these words do not all have one thing in common, but there is a certain pattern in the vowel sound. Each of these words uses one of the vowel teams, the O teams that we learned in Unit 3. The O teams, the OU, ow, and the OU, ooh sounds are used in these words. Good job. All right, so one thing we is actually an example, have been talking about lately is pronouns. We've been talking about pronouns and how we use pronouns to substitute for nouns in words. So we have some sentences here, some sentence pairs, and either the pronoun is missing or we we have to decide what the pronoun is based on what the noun in the second sentence is talking about. So yes, nouns and pronouns. Let me turn my page right quick over here. Hold on. Okay, so like my first sentence, it says, Jen danced yesterday. Blank had a fun time. Well, who had a fun time? Oh, she. She had a fun time. And who is she? She is Jen. So we could have wrote Jen danced yesterday. Jen had a fun time. But that's kind of like, but we're up and, we're leveling up. We're up in our sentence game. So using pronouns after we've identified the noun. Good job. The next pair reads, Ben rides a horse. The horse is big. Okay, in the second sentence, what is the noun? Horse, correct. So the first sentence tells us that Ben rides a horse. Horses are animals. Animals become it. It. Single animals become it in terms of replacing them with pronouns. So let's try that now. Ben rides a horse. It is big. That sounds better, doesn't it? Yes, it does. And it refers to, is talking about the horse. So it is big. What about this one? Francis said, blank ate pancakes yesterday. Blank ate pancakes yesterday. Who could Francis be talking about? Francis could be talking about himself. Oh, and yourself, when you talk about yourself, what do you say? I. So Francis said, I ate pancakes yesterday because Francis did this, and Francis is talking about Francis. So I is talking about Francis. Okay, let's do another one. Marge asked Francis, did Francis like the pancakes? I mean, technically that's correct, but does that sound good? If Marge is talking to Francis, would Marge say, did Francis like the pancakes? No, Marge would say, did you like the pancakes? If Marge is talking to Francis, let me get Marge and Francis. So, if Marge is talking to Francis, Marge is going to say, did you like the pancakes? Because that's how we talk to people. We don't say, did Francis like the pancakes? Well, if Francis ate them, why would Marge say, did Francis like the pancakes? The only way that works is if this person over here is Francis. So pretend this is, now if this was Francis, and this was who Marge was talking to, and Marge said, did Francis like the pancakes? Then our little puppy dog could say, yes, Francis liked the pancakes, because Francis is not in the conversation. But if Marge and Francis are talking to each other, it becomes, did you like the pancakes? You like my audience? All right. But yes, no, so did you like the pancakes? And again, who is you? You is Francis. You is Francis. Okay, let's do one. So let's do another example. So for example, if I said, I have, let me see if you can see them. You can't see my socks, but my socks are cool. Can you see my socks? I have Simba socks. Ooh. Who is I? Who am I talking about? I'm talking about myself. I'm talking about myself. So I is myself. So Miss Lamb has Simba socks. Yes? I do. We just saw them on my foot. It's really there, I promise. So you replace your name with I, and if you're talking to someone, you say you. It for animals, she for girls, he for boys. So what you're going to do, now you're going to do some work, yes. What you're going to do is you're going to page PP21. And PP21 is going to give you where the pronoun is underlined. you have to identify the noun that they're referring to. It's like the first one says, Jim went to France. He has a pal there. It's already dotted in for you that he is replacing Jim. Not replacing like stole his identity, but replacing it in terms of the sentence. Instead of saying Jim went to France, Jim has a pal there, we say he has a pal there. So we're using he as a pronoun to talk about Jim. So you're going to do PP21, PP21. You're also going to do 10.4, sorting these sounds by S, SS, and C. S, S, and C. We're going to keep practice because there's like 5 different ways to spell the sound S. So we're going to keep practicing with that. You have a list of words. Some of them are familiar. Several of these are from last week's spelling test, so that's helpful. But you're going to work on that. You're also going to note that you have new spelling words. We have new spelling words. Yes, our words this week are on page 11.1. 11.1 in our cat book. They read maps, mice, hammer, trimmed, skipped, scrub, space, and our tricky word this week is could. So, might could start working on these. Be a good idea. But guys, that is all I have for you. See, you. That is all Miss Lamb has for her class. See, still her, has for the class today. And I will see you later. All right, guys. Bye.